Good morning, students. So, as we are dealing with the subject accountancy, we are in the first chapter, introduction of accountancy. Till now, what concepts we have discussed is the introduction part, meaning of accountancy, accounting, okay. Then accounting as a source of information. Then we came across the objectives, then specifically role of accounting. Now the concept which we are dealing with is nothing but basic terms used in accounting. Now in the previous class we discussed few of the points, so that may be entity, transaction, assets, liability, capital, revenue, sales, profit, expenses. These were few of the concepts which we had discussed in the last class. So further still more points are there to be discussed, which specifically we are going to use in the accounting. Now coming across these things, why we require this? In the accountancy subject, in this subject, how many wordings will be coming? It is coming at once only. Now when you are thinking about the profit, even you make the expenses, right? So in this way what happens, one other words are being linked. When you are running the business, how much profit you have earned, sales how much you have done, how much you have got the revenue, how much you are gaining from it, and how much loss you are doing, or else any of the transactions are missing. Whatever the things are there, one after the other, they are being linked with. Now till yesterday, the main concept what we were dealing was, even we saw the difference between the profit and the revenue. So the concepts how they are interlinked, right? So in the last class, last session, what we saw was the profit, how it is different than the revenue. Obviously sometimes we may say that profit is same as the revenue. So for the doubting, without having any doubt, we need to know what exactly revenue means, then coming to the profit. But how the word expenses is been linked to that, we saw it in the last session. So basically further few more wordings will be coming as similarly with that previous words, but it contains a separate meaning, okay. Then further, after this, till now nearly 8 9 points we have discussed. Further we'll be discussing continuation expenditure. The next word which is there will be saying it as a expenditure. See, expenditure means what, spending money or incurring a liability of some for some benefit, services, or property received is called as expenditure. How simple it is. Incurring means if you are going to get anything, you need to spend something, or any of the property. For example, if you are bringing a machinery, transportation charges are being told, means it is a expenditure if you are making for it. Then even we may have the example here. See, for example, expenditure, it is the benefit of expenditure exhausted within a year. It is treated as expenses. Expenditure is treated as expenses also called revenue expenditure. For revenue purpose, to earn revenue, we make the expenditure. That is what few of the words are similar what I said. Expenses we will be considering as a expenses only, but this will be for the benefit purpose. Then it is treated as expenses. That is what expenses, revenue expenditure. On the other hand, benefits of an expenditure at least more than a year, then also called as capital expenditure. That is what how I told you all example I took. For purchasing the machinery or furniture, we will be making the expenditure. What expenditure we will be making? At least you are going to purchase it. One machinery is been purchased. For bringing transportation you are been paying, right? Then few of the expenditures I will tell you. To run the machinery, what is the thing? Electricity you require. These expenditures what we are incurring for the revenue purpose, Even we call this as expenses. What in the previous session we discussed expenses, it is what the expenditure what we are making for the sale and to gain the revenue. This is what comparatively bit same, but here one word you can differentiate here is expenditure, the benefit, for the benefit purpose. Now machinery if you have purchased means for what is your benefit? You will be producing the goods, right? For that what you are spending, it will be called as a expenditure for your benefit purpose. Okay, so next word will be gain. See, these wordings or the words just are the highlights what we are going to use in the further classes of accountancy. So one by one we will be having a highlight on this. Gain. See what the gain means. It is a profit that arises from the events or transactions which are incidental of business, such as sale of fixed assets, writing a court case, appreciation of the value of the an assets. That is what. Now I will tell you this specifically in the calculation part also we can gain a profit. How I will tell you, few of the goods while sending get damaged. Okay, when we get damaged goods, even that will be sold. Are you getting the point? Some of the damaged goods also are being sold. We consider the damaged good as a loss. We are going to consider it. So for example, 1,000 goods are being sent, articles or goods are being sent. That time 50 of them have got damaged. Damaged goods, at least you can sell it as a scrap value in a scrap. Yes, that time that what you are going to get, obviously you will be adding there as a loss due to the damage, but scrap value what you are going, that is also one of the gain what from the profits arises it. Or else I will tell you, uh, it will be big lengthy one for the gain which I am going to tell you about the example. Some of the time we will be reducing the expenses, normal and abnormal loss. The wordings, it is bit higher thinking. I will tell you, 1,000 goods are sent. In that, normal loss will be there, then abnormal loss. So how we see, for this, normally while transaction 50 goods are got damaged, then abnormal loss while selling or receiving it, we have got damaged this much. So but also we have sell to 90 goods are being sold, means what, in that damaged goods also are being sold, means this will be 130. Then remained is how much? Out of this 130, if you are reducing from this, it will be 970. Yes, sorry, no, 870. 870, this will be how much? 80, 128, 130 means 870, and this will be 120, not this is 130, it's 870 barabar. Then if you are sold, we'll consider 900. If you are sold, this will be 870, means 30 goods extra you are selling. In that damage has been gone, means what happens here? Straightforwardly, it will be a gain for us. This is bit difficult. This is future part of your study. Just I took here for your understanding purpose. This is difficult one because it contains many of the adjustmental, just for highlight purpose, what and how we can get a gain from the profit. I wanted to highlight that one part. So then profit and loss account, what we are going to remove in further classes. that in that now we are going to see the next point is loss. This is what gain, what we saw. This is loss. Now loss means what? Loss is what? Abnormal loss or normal loss. The two kinds of losses are there here. So the excess of expenditure over a period is related revenue in terms of loss. It decreases its owner's equity. Loss is nothing but, it may be any kind of loss. It may be normal loss or abnormal loss, or else here we may say that income means expenditure is more than income. That we call here as a loss. In our at present situation, we are going to consider this. Means expenses or expenditure are more than the income, that time we get loss. That things we can consider. Few of the things different make so many difference between this. How means in the future classes what we will be having the adjustment. As per the adjustment, many of the things will be coming. As I was telling about loss means it may be of any kind of loss. It may be normal loss or abnormal loss. That kind. Now only what we are seeing in the accountancy means what expenses you are making. If it is more than the income, we call it as a loss in the business. That's it. Then next one again, a discount. Now in the accountancy, discount means a different, but outside what you make, even we can take here the example. See, discounts are the deduction in the price of the goods. It is very simple to know. Discount is nothing but it is the deduction of the price of a goods which you are purchasing. This much is enough for understanding. Now even if you are taking an example, 1,000 rupees dress we have chosen, they will be hanging a board here, 30% discount. For 30% discount means how much they have reduced from this? 300 they have reduced. Means you are going to get this at 700 rupees. That's it. This is a discount. Okay. So this much is enough for that word. Then nextly, we are having a word voucher. Now voucher means what? In what terms we are going to see the voucher? See, it is nothing but a documentary evidence support a transaction is known as voucher. For example, you can say the receipts, bills, we call here as a receipts. So it is very simple. It is documentary evidence for what you have purchased or what you have made the expenditure. It is documentary evidence. That's it. Voucher is a documentary evidence. You can simply take any of the example. Like while purchasing, you make a bill. It is what one kind of evidence. It is a documentary evidence to say that I have purchased for 700 rupees so and so product. That's it. That is what it will be a voucher. We call here as a, in accountancy we call here as a voucher here. Then next one we'll be having as a goods. Now few of the wordings are there what we know every time. Goods, what we refer as goods means what is one of the commodity or the product what we consume. Now even the business holders purchase goods. That's goods we call as a raw materials. Then what they sell is finished product. Okay, so that goods we consume, that are consumed by the consumers. Now in the accountancy, how we treat as a goods we will see here. See, it refers to the product in which the business units is dealing, that is terms of which it is been buying and selling or producing and selling. What we do? Buying and selling of that good, or one more, producing and selling. One will be the producer, another will be the seller. That is what we say here. It terms, in the terms, it is making a transaction between the producer and the seller. One is the buyer one and another is a seller. What we are making the transaction? We are purchasing this goods. We are purchasing for what? For a value. We will be measuring the value in terms of money for any of the goods. If you have purchased one dress, you will be giving them 1000 rupees, 700 rupees, 30 rupees discount. As I took the example, 1000 rupee dress, 30% discount. When you say, it will cost is how much? 700 rupees. So that is what, for the goods we are making the transaction. The transaction goes between whom? The buyer and the seller. Enough. Then drawings. I will take you. Drawing means what? It is not a painting that one draw. Here in drawings specifically we mention it as a withdrawing of money or in goods by the owners from the business for personal use. Now we are having one business. In that business we are having cash in hand or bank. Okay, for if I am the owner of a business, I will withdraw 10,000 rupees. This 10,000 will be for my personal use. See, while maintaining the accounts, we mention there withdrawal by ABC person, so and so amount, that will be mentioned there for personal use. Out of your business, even few of the partners, if we take a partnership firm, we are having 2 or 3 partners we are there. In that we have a withdrawal capacity or withdrawal facility. Means for a needed time we can withdraw any of the specific amount for our personal use also. In that, in further, it will be deducted from your distribution of the profit. That will be deducted further. It is a further thing. For here, what it means I will tell you. Withdrawal of money or goods by the owner from the business for a personal use is known as drawings. It reduces his investment. Whatever he has, this person, if he has invested 1 lakh rupees, it is a partnership firm what we are taking. Partnership firm, 3 members are there, they have started. Now he has invested 1 lakh rupees. If he is using this 10,000 from his 1 lakh, it is what? From his investment he is taking. So this will be deducted from that investment part. In this way the calculation will go. Now withdrawal means withdrawing money or any of the goods for personal use from his business. That's it. Then next one, purchase. The next point says that purchase. Now purchase of what? See, in the business we purchase a raw material. We purchase many of the assets like fixed assets also. Now we specifically in the business, maximum what we purchase is the current assets. Current asset is nothing but the raw material. Keep in mind, purchasing the raw material is a current asset. We keep on purchasing every day, week, month for production of our goods. So here I will tell you, purchase are total amount of goods, procedure procured. It is means getting it procured by a business on credit, on or cash, for use or sell. For what we are making this? Why we are making this purchases? For using us. we will be using them to produce final goods. We are going to use the purchase raw material. We will take example as a raw material we purchase here, then we make this as a finished product, then we sell this. That's it. This much is about the thing. So purchase for business persons, it is the purchase of the raw material we can call. For us, finished product we can call here. So from the business point of view, in a trading concern, purchase is made for the merchandise for resale with or without processing. In the manufacturing concern, raw materials are purchased, processed for final goods and sold. That only I am telling. When you are having a manufacturing industry or business, that time the raw materials are being purchased by them. Finished goods are means procedure is made. Finished goods are made here. Then lastly, for what purpose they have done this purchase? For selling purpose, but not the purchased material, but the finished product has been sold here. So this is what the example we can take for the purchase. Then the next one is stock. Now what this word stock means? Stock means in general we can say here as a storing the goods. It's very simple to understand. Stock is nothing but the goods which are being stored in the storehouse. That's it. For understanding, it is very simple. But now in the accountancy, in accounting word, what we treat or what we say, we will see. Here, stock or inventory is a measure of something on hand, goods, space and other terms in a business. It is called stock in hand. In the trading, the stock in hand is the amount of goods which are lying unsold in the store. The goods which are unsold, which we are kept in a storehouse, that we call as a stock. Or as in the manufacturing, closing stock comprises raw material, semi-finished goods and the finished goods or hand in the closing stock. Now in the company it will be different and in the trading it will be different. The meanings are different. When you are keeping in a company, when will you be looking after the trading profit and loss account or else balance sheet, that we will be mentioning there opening stock, closing stock. Two entries will be there for that. Opening stock means at a year 1st April 2020, it is a opening year, financial academic year, that time. Then at a closing stock means at the closing of the financial year 31st March 2020 2021. Now if we have opened our business opening stock at 1st April 2020, then it will be closing will be when 31st March 2021. This is what the thing, closing and opening. Now it depends, it is a manufacturing company or trading. If you are looking after only about the trading will be, how I will tell you, it is in the trading concern, the amount of goods which are lying unsold. We call it in the trading, which are unsold goods, which are stored in the storehouse. But in the business, in the company, what we can call here, stock of raw material, semi-finished goods or finished good. For what purpose they have stored? For the selling purpose. This year, when we are looking after the trading company and when we are looking after the manufacturing company, the differentiation will be made, not at much of the difference. Now few more points are there. Next we will be dealing with the debentures, debtors. Next one is a debtor. Now what this debtor means? See, debtor are persons or other entities who owe to an enterprise an amount of buying goods and services on credit. Debtors are nothing but the people who is owing owing the enterprise an amount or for buying goods and services. Now creditor, debtor, what we call here debtor means what? We have sold the goods, and that goods which are being sold are on the credit base. Now if I have sold you the goods of 10,000 rupees, now it is on the credit, you are called as a debtor for me. That is what the thing. Here we don't require much in deep to go in that concept. How simply we can understand here. See, debtor are persons or any other entity who owe an enterprise an amount for buying goods and services on credit. Who is taking your goods and services on credit, that will be a debtor. He will be saying that now at present we are not having, in future we are going to make the payments. So the total amount standing against such person or entity is on the closing date, it is shown as balance of sundry debtors on the asset side. As I was telling you about balance sheet, how we make the balance sheet. In this way, this will be the asset side, this will be a liability side. In the asset side, debtors will be mentioned here. In the closing debtors, if any of the pending amounts are there at in this year they have not made the payment, it will be mentioned in this asset side. So that is what the debtors we call here. Now in the same way, debtors we came to know. Now one more word will be creditors. Now who are these creditors? Till now whatever the concept we have taken, debtor is a person who is owing our goods and services, we call as a debtor for further payments. Then the creditor are the persons or entities who have to pay by an enterprise on an amount of providing enterprise goods and services on credit. Now these creditors are we person, what we are owing the goods from other entities or other person. It may be for raw material if we have purchased it on credit from other entity or other person, we will be creditor for them. Means we have to pay them for the amount for purchasing these goods. Okay, this we call here as a creditor. So these are some of the terms used in the accounting. So these, till here we end up the fourth session and also the fourth chapter in this class. If you are having any queries, please you can raise now.